Sup? It's Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. This episode, I want to talk about Squid Game. The new Netflix series that just came out. I want to compare it to Chinese films, Chinese TV shows, and American TV shows. Okay. Hold on. But before we talk about that, I want to tell you my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small finger string sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 50. In 3 months, I'll be 51. See? I'm still pretty skinny, right? You can see I don't have any wrinkles on my belly, you know. That means you could tell I never work out. I never do any push-up or sit-up or anything like that. If you go to Amazon, if you go to my website, you can see lots of Amazon customer reviews, okay? Most of them give me 4-star, 5 stars. So you just go to livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com if you want to stay physically young forever. Buy a pair of these rings. I only sell for like 25 bucks. Price is negotiable. Just send me an email. But anyway, I was watching. I just found out about the Squid Game like 3 days ago. You know, it premiered on Netflix. What they say it's September 15th or something. Just like a month ago. You know, they premiere on Netflix September 15th, 2021, and then I just found out about it like 3 days ago. You know, I was like surfing. I was like browsing some YouTube channel, right? And it's a Chinese YouTube video, you know. And then that guy is talking about some Korean TV show, you know, called Squid Game, you know. And I'm like, what? Then I started looking for it, right? I mean, they say it's on Netflix, and I have to translate the in Chinese it's called 游戏, you know, and then I have to translate that into English to find it. I'm like, wow. After I watched it, I'm like, wow, this shit is incredible. I loved it. I swear to God, I watched the whole 9 episodes. I absolutely loved it. And you know what? Not just me. I saw everybody loved it. I don't see one complaint about this TV show. It is spectacular. It's amazing. Okay, I don't care what other people say, but I'm going to compare it to the English, to American TV show and Chinese TV show. Let's compare the American ones, okay? See, American TV shows, for example, like Hunger Game, right? The Hunger Game. It's like American TV shows, they always try to make it so futuristic, you know? For this kind of subject. Oh, you're talking about like people killing each other for money or for prizes or whatever. American TV shows, they always try to make it so futuristic. You know, like Total Recall, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And also Hunger Game, you know, it's like always set in the future, like so far in the future, like 100 years from now, 200 years from now. And it's just like, it's so out of reach, you know. And American TV show is like so out of reach, is so futuristic that you feel like it's not. You feel like first thing when you're watching it, you feel like it has nothing to do with you, you know, because it's like all the way in the future. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. It has absolutely nothing to do with modern society, you know. Just like you ever watch that American TV show Supergirl or what is the Flash? The other one's Flash. Yeah, it's also on Netflix. It's like, you know, it's like suddenly there's like aliens, you know, alien from other planets, you know, like immigrate into Earth, and you see like aliens, like you walk into a bar and there's like an alien bartender and shit like that. It's just like Americans, they always try to make it so futuristic. It sort of destroyed the mood, you know, because it's so futuristic. You feel like you're out of touch. In American TV shows, there's a lot of sex appeal, you know. It's like they always hire girls that look like Angelina Jolie and Tomb Raider, you know. She's like fucking archaeologist trying to, you know, find treasures in old tombs, in ancient tombs, and she dressed like a fucking whore. She dressed like a porn star, you know. She's like, whoa, you know, her, you know, cliche. She's a very very low cliche, and then she wear like you know, shorts and shit, you know, carrying knives and shit. It's just so unrealistic, you know. There's always in American TV shows there's always some slut, Like there's always one slut that looked like a porn star, and then she's sleeping with everybody. She's like sleeping around with everyone. It's always like that. American Housewives, you saw that. Desperate Housewives, or Sex in the City, or whatever American TV show. There's so much sex appeal, you know. They're just talking about drugs and cheating and shit like that. But in this Korean show, right? This Squid Game, it has nothing like that. You know, it's not futuristic. They try to make it futuristic. You know, for example, that robot doll that turns and shit. Green light, you know, red light. Oh, I actually watched it in German version. I watched the whole show, the Squid Game in German version. This is because it's my favorite language, you know. So they call it rotes Licht, grünes Licht, and then they were turning, you know, the rotes Licht, grünes Licht, and she turned her head. It was pretty amazing. And then it's just that the whole thing is it's sort of futuristic, but you could feel that hey, this could happen in modern society, you know, because it is futuristic, you know, but it's not like so futuristic that you see aliens immigrate into Earth or anything weird, you know. It's just like it is futuristic, but you feel that hey, it could happen. It could happen today. And even after I finish watching the show, I start to wonder, oh, is that a reason why South Korea, they have a declining population? Is it because they have the Squid Game going on? You know, people always got kidnapped and sent to this private island and get killed or something. It makes you feel like, wow, this is actually happening. Or maybe Kim Jong-un, or maybe it has something to do with North Korea. Maybe Kim Jong-un is actually running the Squid Game or something. It's actually kind of cool, you know. It's futuristic. I mean, you see the way how they film it, you know. They have this big screen and shit and all sorts of I don't know, but it's futuristic, but it's not that futuristic that you're fucking out of touch. Yeah, and also in this Korean TV thing, it doesn't have any. It doesn't have like sex appeal. Lots of sex. They only have one sex scene in this whole 9 series, you know. I mean, this whole 9 episodes, they only have one sex scene, you know, that older women having sex with the gangster guy in the bathroom. But that's about it, you know. And it's not even that big of a deal, you know. But then they don't have any other sex appeal thing. For example, the cutest girl, the prettiest girl in this whole TV series is that thief, you know, the pickpocket girl. Yeah, she's pretty cute. I mean, she's okay. She's looking. Well, you gotta have a cute girl in the whole. You gotta have a cute girl in the whole in the TV. You know, where else it's like, where else who's gonna watch the TV? I understand that. So they pick the cute girl, but then she's not like wow. She doesn't have like a D cup or anything. She doesn't like. She's not like as sexy enough to be a porn star. You know, she just has a pretty face. That's about it. You know, but then you see during the whole TV, they gave her makeup to make her look like she has eye bags, you know, to make her look like she's very tired, she's stressed out. But it's still pretty cool. They make it realistic, you know. No whore sleeping around with other guys. They don't have nothing like that. No drugs. You know, that's the part I like. They no sex appeal. No, just stick to the story. Just stick to the story. You know, people are getting killed for the money, and so they make it really believable with that. You know, what else do I have to say? And just like what I said, it's not that futuristic like American films. You know, so it's actually believable because it's not futuristic. It's actually believable. You know, and I want to compare this to the Chinese films. A lot of Chinese ones, they would have like fucking like somebody working at a bank like that. That main character's best friend. He's like he graduated from a very good university, and then he entered this game. And if Chinese people filmed it, right? If this is a Chinese director, suddenly this guy would be breaking out. Ooh, ah! He'd be fucking like fighting like Bruce Lee and shit. He'd be doing all sorts of kung fu stunts, you know, like he's doing Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Drunken Fist and shit, and suddenly Tiger Claw, Eagle Claw, be fighting like he's like he been training in a Shaolin temple for the last 15 years. If Chinese people filmed it, they would make it like that. Like everybody be fighting like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about Chinese film nowadays. It's like they have too much of that bullshit. That kung fu bullshit. Hold on, excuse me. People are tired of that nowadays. Especially nowadays. There's a lot of MGTOW nowadays. I don't know. It's like I have to say now modern day guys are not as manly as back in the days. So I guess that's the reason why a lot of martial arts are dying out. A lot of martial arts schools are closing down because nobody wants to learn that bullshit anymore. Nobody wants to fight with your fists anymore. People are when younger people nowadays they have time. They just grab out their iPad, their iPhone, contacting, I don't know, doing searches online, watching videos and shit. They don't have time for martial arts anymore. It's like Chinese videos, it's always somebody, ooh, like somebody worked at a bank and suddenly he's fighting like he's like Kung Fu Master and shit. That's the thing I don't like about Chinese films. Too much Chinese Kung Fu, and it's very, very unrealistic. And then and also in Chinese films, right? They have this Chinese humor, like Jackie Chan humor. It, I have to say, it actually make the if I'm very glad that this Korean film they don't have any humor in it. There is no humor. You noticed it? If you watch Squid Game, there is no humor. Nobody's laughing. Nobody is like there's. It's not funny. Nobody is laughing. People are getting killed. What is so funny about that? Nobody is laughing. There is no humorous moments. There is no laughable moments. It's like because everybody is very tense. People are thinking about dying. People are thinking about earning that money, killing other people, earning the money. Nobody is laughing. There is no humor in it. If Chinese people filmed it, they would have like Jackie Chan style humor. Like for some reason, oh yeah, you still have to laugh when other people are fucking dying. Other people are falling off the bridge or getting shot in the head because they made a mistake. And oh yeah, for some reason you still have to laugh. The Chinese directors would try to make people laugh. And it's just but yeah, that's so no. I think this is perfect. I give this film. I mean, I give this TV series 10 out of 10. I think it's honestly speaking, it's probably my favorite TV show ever. I mean, my favorite TV show used to be Three's Company. It used to be my second favorite is Disney Channel's Even Stevens. And then probably Lizzie McGuire. But I think this one tops all of that. I think this one is my favorite now. I think it's even better than Star Trek and Twilight Zone. Honestly speaking, I think this Korean thing is better than. And you know what? It's so amazing that the Koreans can pull this off because honestly speaking, I'm Asian, right? And I actually did not believe that an Asian TV show could be better than American ones. Because American ones how white guys they're sexier. White people are just sexier. They have more muscles. They're more chiseled and rigid. So even if the show sucks, as long as the white girls they look beautiful, white guys look handsome and sexy, they could always somehow they could always somehow pull it off. But then this South Korean TV show is they don't well except the main character. The other people, they look they're so. They're not like super handsome or super pretty or anything. The girl, she has a pretty face, but she's pretty skinny. But you know what? This show is so everybody's talking about it. I mean, somehow they pull the shit off, man. Like even if the characters don't even look that good, even if the characters they're not even that handsome or pretty, they still pull this shit off. It's amazing. Yeah, everybody should watch it, man. Anyway, That's what I want to talk about. Hope you like my review of this show. Talk to you later.